Hey everyone, it's Meredith, and I am here for my second YouTube video filming from the beautiful downtown Boston. I'm actually standing here on the Common, and there's a lot of activity, a lot of wildlife around me, so that's pretty awesome. There's actually a little area where they're blocking off and getting ready to do some filming here too. So I'm gonna probably make this one a little quick, but I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about the negativity bias. And I'm hoping these videos are gonna bring to life some of the material that I've been writing about and talking about on my blog, and hopefully reach a whole new audience, right? And I know not everybody loves to read all of the many thousands of words that I've written on my blog, but so here we are. The negativity bias. So yeah, this is something that is actually really quite fascinating. When I started to learn about this, I did not know that we were naturally predisposed to being negative. How about that? I just thought I was a negative person. I recognized that I was always looking at what was not being done, or the things that I was not happy about versus the things that were being done, because there were a lot of awesome things that were being done around me, right? And I guess I'm speaking more specifically to relationships, right? Because you might notice that your partner has taken out the garbage and made the bed, but you focus in on all the crumbs left all over the counter, right? So that's just kind of the way it goes. And we all kind of get caught in that trap from time to time. But you're here listening to this, and maybe you've read the article, and this is giving you a chance to make some changes, right? And the first step is recognizing and being aware that this is something that you are, as I said, naturally predisposed to, and you're not just negative. So that's the first piece, right? Just being aware. The second one is thinking about your patterns, right? Like, what are the things that are happening around you, and when does it sort of become something that you become hyper-focused on? And little by little, if you're able to sort of recognize those patterns, and maybe you can start to tweak it, make some changes. Maybe you can talk about it with whoever it is that is sort of on the other end of the situation. Maybe you can bring it to therapy and kind of think about what these patterns look like there, and think about what you can do to sort of make some changes. The second thing, and I talk about all of these strategies in my blog, the second thing is when you see that there's a couple of negative things, or a negative thing that you're focusing on, counter that with something positive, right? So you see that there's crumbs left on the counter. Stop, pause, right? And look around, and maybe you will notice that the garbage was taken out, right? And there you go, right? So it's the idea that you're going to take a minute and pause and hit that button, and then look around and observe and see maybe there's something else going on other than just the crumbs being left on the counter. The other thing is to take care of yourself, right? Like, self-care is a really, really important piece here, always. If in terms of our mental health, we can never be doing enough to take care of ourselves. Life is hard, life is stressful. We have to manage stress somehow. So we have to take care of ourselves. And when we're not taking care of ourselves, we do tend to be more negative. So that's a really essential piece. The other one is, we live in a really anxious, negative world. So, think about where you're getting your information, what news sources you're looking at, whether it's social media or watching the news or it's the newspaper. Actually reading the news is probably a better way to get your information, as you can sort of read through it a little bit easier. But take note, and maybe, take a little news cleanse for every once in a while, and, see how that impacts you. It's all about checking in with yourself, looking at the patterns, making some changes, and then observing and seeing how that plays out for you, right? But you can overcome this, right? We all can. And I know for me, it was so interesting when I started learning about this, because I always realized how I noticed all those things that weren't being done, or the things that I wasn't happy about, versus all the things that actually were being done, right? So hopefully I'm here to share some of the information that I've learned from a personal experience as well as a professional experience, right? So anyway, all right, I hope this has been helpful. If you are interested, you can find the article by clicking on the button in the corner there. And also, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button and leave a comment or two. And, you know, if you can, please be kind in your comments. I'm always looking to make improvements, but, you know, I am human too. Thanks a lot. See you next time.